Live, local. This is First Alert Weather Extra.
Hey, thanks for joining us this Monday evening for First Alert Weather Extra. As far as I'm aware, it's the only weather show in the Portland metro area. We're going into quite a bit of detail each weekday about all our local weather because, you know, especially in the winter, we got lots to talk about.
Yeah,
right, Payton?
Absolutely we do. And it's been warm, it's been wet, and
yes.
I know we're all wondering when the mountains are going to finally have some snowfall.
And we're going to cover it all.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, actually, I'll just put it behind me. We can stay with Payton for just a second, but we're going to cover warm weather. We kind of divvied this up, folks. I decided I'm a rain man today. Wait, that was kind of odd. I'm going to cover the rain, okay?
Rain man.
Payton is going to cover.
And I'm the snow woman and record high
temperatures.
Okay,
this is getting weird. Sorry,
yeah.
All my fault. It always gets strange when I start talking. Payton's going to cover the warm weather, the Cascade snow. I'll go into more detail about what we have coming up the next few days. There's some question mark as to whether we could get flooding as we go into the later in the week.
Definitely.
Right. So you take it away. Let's talk warm weather first.
Yeah, absolutely. Check out our highs today. And honestly, you can take this full, Gordon, if you want, because there's some numbers here. But 61. Honestly, shout out to Camilla. She probably isn't watching, but she forecasted 61 last night, so good for her.
Job.
We love when we have a spot-on forecast. 59 is our record high, 1959, so we surpassed that. Lows today in the metro, 49 in Portland. A lot of us were in the upper 40s. Kelso is at 51. Average low is 36, so we are about 10, almost 15 degrees warmer than that. By the way, a little stat update on a 61-degree high. I mentioned the previous daily record, but this is our third 60-degree day this month. I also put a 60 for tomorrow. If we happen to hit that, I think we'd have the second most 60s in December ever. Pretty crazy. And then that low 49 is also a record warm low if we don't get below 48 degrees before midnight, which is very unlikely because it is very warm and moist out there. Okay, so the last 2 weeks of lows have been warm. This also corresponds to our warm highs, but I mean, on Wednesday we had, was it our second warmest low in December ever, 58 degrees. That is crazy warm. And we haven't had a low in the 30s since Wednesday the 3rd. Pretty crazy. Last 2 weeks of highs, you can see there the 360s I was talking about. We got super close to 60 on Sunday the 7th and Friday the 12th as well, but we haven't been in the 40s again since the first few days of December. So here's our 10-day temperature forecast. Tomorrow, as I said, I put 60 degrees. Wednesday, we have a little temperature drop, about 5 to 10 degrees. That might be a day where your tire pressure light comes on, very common when we have these crazy temperature fluctuations. And it looks like we're going to stay in that ballpark of maybe the upper 40s, low 50s, 54 Thursday because it is warm and wet from an atmospheric river. We'll get to that in a little bit. But I don't see any crazy cool downs. These are our highs. So we obviously don't see anything even into the low 40s. We're staying right around 50 degrees, which is a few degrees above normal. And yeah, we'll get to Mark now because this is a Tuesday forecast. And I know tomorrow we're going to get a little break from the rain, at least during the daylight hours. But then, are you?
I'm ready. I was just, it's my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Yeah, I was just counting the warm record lows. Well, this is a looser show. It's okay. We should have like a little, drink. One,
cute,
two,
little coffee.
3, 4. I think 4 or 5. Today, if we stay, did you already, I think you said this, if we stay above 48 tonight.
Yes.
I mean, till midnight, that would be our 5th record warm low.
This month?
Yeah, we've had 4 already.
And didn't you say, let's just say we ended December today, it'd be the warmest December on record at PDX?
Right. Well, no. Up until, if we take every December up to the 15th,
Gotcha.
Let's say it's the warmest first half of December that we've seen. Okay, let me get rid of this. Okay, yeah, I can jump ahead. Then you're going to cover Cascade snow coming up in a few minutes.
Yeah, I got Cascade snow in a little bit.
That's fine. We got tomorrow's forecast, but I got more detail than you on that forecast.
Definitely.
Tomorrow's kind of a nothing. Tomorrow's a very quiet day. There's our 7-day forecast. Okay, you do see at least a chance for rain every single day. We're going to get back to that in just a minute here. Let me hit the next button. There we go. Radar, that's what I want to show you. You can see plenty of showers around, but they're almost all in the Cascades. I love it, when you get the kind of these streamers of showers like this. Usually that's, we call it post-frontal. It's behind a cold front that went through earlier today. Well, it's not really cold. A front that went through earlier today. And we got that soaking, half an inch of rain during the nighttime. I woke up, was it around 3 or 5? It was just, I could hear sheets of rain outside. It was louder than my rain machine. Okay, I'm getting old enough. I have to have like a little
you have a rain
machine for
machine?
noise. Yeah. It makes rain noises. Okay, anyway, that's enough of that. So what do we have so far this month? This is interesting because, yes, Astoria's been really wet, 9 inches. Portland about 5 inches. We're about average for the month. Actually, let me jump ahead to the next graphic. Yeah, December rain And you can see the last 4 Decembers were wetter than average. We averaged just under 6 inches, 7 inches, 7, 8.7, 6.8, and now 5.42, and we're only halfway through the month. So it's very clear looking at the forecast ahead, we're going to have a very wet December. This will be our 5th consecutive wet December, which is funny because, you know, we'd had at least 4 dry ones just before that. All right, here are those numbers again. Again, Cascades blocking a lot of the moisture. We've only had 1/3 of an inch at the Dalles so far this season, or for this month, 1/3 of an inch at Burns. And also notice in the valley, remember the big Pineapple Express was really in this area last week. So 5 inches of rain this month in Portland, but only 1 inch in Eugene. We think we're going to reverse that coming up for the rest of this week. So let's jump ahead to the amount of precipitation that we've had. Just if we look at the monthly total so far compared to average, any of the warm colors here are drier than average. Any of the cool colors, green and, you know, the blues, that's wetter than average. So obviously it's been very wet. This is 1 month. If we just do like the last week, let's see if this will work right. Come on. Did it go? Did you see it change, Payton? Am I not doing it right? Let's try another one. Oh, you know what? It doesn't like me. We're going to do some work on this graphic. That's going to be on the memo for the whole weather team, which is really just for me. All right, so the one system went through today. This is satellite imagery of the last 12 hours, 24 hours. And you can see something else is getting organized. We have a big dip in the jet stream out here, a trough way out here. At one point, like a week and a half ago, we were thinking this was going to come right over us and we'd have snow levels down into the hills. That's not the case. It's digging way out here. But that means things get organized right in this area, kind of a storm formation area, and then that will head towards us, which gives us a break tomorrow ahead of that system. Big picture here. I know this is not the best illustration, but this just shows the about 18,000 feet up, the cooler air up in here, and the warmer air is where you don't have the blues, okay? So we've been in a pretty warm air mass just about all this month. You see a little bit of a dip coming through. There it is. A little dip there on tomorrow night into Wednesday morning. That's why we expect snow levels to lower, which Payton is going to talk about. And then it rises briefly. But in general, you notice this line is over or south of us as we go into this weekend, next week. Let's go all the way into Christmas week. There's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Okay, so this in general means we're going to be a little cooler. And that goes with what Payton was just showing you. Temperatures kind of a step down after today. We're going to see high temperatures closer to 50 more often instead of the 60-degree stuff. And you see, yeah, still kind of coolish. That's Christmas Eve right there. This is not an Arctic air pattern. Sorry, kids. No snow for Christmas because we would expect a flow to be coming down like this or like that. In fact, next 7 to 10 days in the I-5 corridor, from now to Christmas Day, what do we see? We're always watching for the big 4 that can really affect our lives. Lowland snow, I don't think so. I could see a setup somewhere in the next week and a half where snow comes down to 1,500 feet. That could happen. Cascade foothills, maybe the Coast Range foothills. We sure don't see anything that says an Arctic blast. In fact, most of the country turns very mild here over the next 10 days. It's just not a setup for bringing Arctic air down out of the Arctic. Windstorm, always in this pattern. If a low suddenly develops or appears within a few days, you know, 3 days out, we wouldn't be able to see it right now if it's sometime next week. So we'll just say possible. As of now, we just see 30 to 40 mile per hour gusts at times in the valleys. That's what we had today. PDX, I believe, had a gust of 38, or was it 35? 38, somewhere there. Widespread flooding. Could we see widespread flooding in the next week? We think there could be in spots. As of this moment, we're thinking it's more likely south of the Portland area. Let's cover that. Flood watch is up for all of Northwest Oregon, Southwest Washington. Weather Service puts these up, kind of a broad brush, like, hey, watch out, there could be flooding somewhere in here. But right now, we're thinking there's a better chance that the rain goes in, the heavier stuff goes into the south. Again, tomorrow's uneventful. This is 2 a.m. tonight, kind of quiet, scattered showers. 8 a.m. tomorrow, scattered showers about. Midday tomorrow, this is at 4 p.m. There's not much happening. Finally, after sunset, ooh, that looks juicy, doesn't it? By 10 or 11 p.m. tomorrow night, it's really wet. If you're an early riser and you go to bed early, you'll probably wake up to some downpours, 11 or midnight tomorrow night. And then on Wednesday, it's scattered showers. You can see the blue up here in the mountains. More coming up from Payton in a minute. And Wednesday afternoon, scattered showers. So really, the daylight hours tomorrow and the daylight hours Wednesday, it's kind of quiet. Yeah, some breezes, and that's it. There's no significant rain. The next 2 days, almost all the rain is coming up during the nighttime tomorrow night. All right, ooh. Look at that. By 5 a.m. Thursday, here comes an atmospheric river. It really is one this time. And this is 5. So Thursday is just totally gray and wet the whole day. It does start to snow in the Cascades, as Payton's going to cover that. But then it goes to rain. So here we are Thursday, 4 p.m. Can you tell a warm front went through? Snow disappears in the Cascades on Thursday. The other thing you may notice if you're looking closely, Thursday afternoon, yes, we all have rain Thursday morning. But by Thursday afternoon, if this model is correct, there's very little rain from Portland out to Pacific City and northward, because it looks like this atmospheric river might be aimed mainly across southwest Oregon. And if so, this is where I'd be more worried about the flooding. I don't want to cover up all of eastern Oregon. All right, and this flow is coming in a little more from the southwest. I know it's not a big deal. Almost nobody would notice. Even trained meteorologists might not notice, like, oh wait, it is a little different. It was straight westerly last week. That does affect the rain totals. And you can see again through tomorrow, just 3/4 of an inch. But we get all the way to Thursday at 4 p.m. Some of this is kind of slopping over the Cascades pretty well, which you want in central Oregon. Could there be a ½ inch or more of rain? Madras, Duffer, Maupin, Bend. I think that's a little too close, just where it's positioned there. But the point is, I think there's a better chance of actually getting some soaking rain in spots east of the Cascades. But west of the Cascades, our model says, okay, maybe 2 inches in Portland. That probably wouldn't give us any flooding. You know, it'd be not a fun day on Thursday. Probably no flooding though, but better chance for flooding down here. I mean, the red is all 2 inches or higher. So we're watching Central Coast over to the southwestern valleys. And by the way, if you're wondering, just a little gee whiz thing, typical yearly rain, you can see why it's very dry east of the Cascades. The Cascades block a lot of the moisture. This is the amount of rain per year. And the dark blue and then the purples, that's 60, 70, 80, 100 inches of rain per year, or snow melted down. And that's why it's so dry in eastern Oregon. The Cascades and the Coast Range block a lot of the rain. So don't complain about it being rainy here in Portland, because it's far drier than just to our west and just to our east. Okay, so Payton gave you a little glimpse of this, but I got more detail here. The forecast for some of the other areas. The coastline, breezy tomorrow, turning wet in the afternoon. The wind really increases tomorrow afternoon. And by tomorrow night, I think there'll probably be gusts higher than the 40. I mean, this is after dark tomorrow. Oops, I just hit the wrong button there. So upper 50s tomorrow, still pretty warm along the coastline because of that southerly breeze. Here in the valley, kind of not much wind the first half of the day, just light easterly. It does turn gusty southerly later in the day. We may touch 60 here in Portland. Tomorrow should be the last chance for a 60 for, well, maybe till like February. We'll see. And then showers to rain in the gorge. The rain is pretty late. Breezy west wind. The wind looks really strong Wednesday, by the way, in the gorge. And actually tomorrow night, Payton, I was checking some of our models. Tomorrow night, as that cold front comes through just the way it's oriented, there could be a huge westerly surge through the gorge, like gusts at 50 tomorrow night as you folks sleep. So that would wake you up. 47, Government Camp and Ski Bowl tomorrow, rain late. And then east of the Cascades tomorrow, rain is late, pretty late in the day. I mean, like sunset or beyond. 64, again, really warm in Pendleton. And the 7-day forecast, I think there was one more thing I was going to show you on the 7-day. Oh yeah, here it was. Tomorrow, let's take a look at the wind forecast. I actually haven't seen this latest from our evening model here. And during the daytime, again, yeah, 6 p.m. tomorrow, it's still pretty quiet, just a southerly breeze. But then tomorrow evening, it hits the coastline pretty good, gusts 50 or so. 10 p.m. tomorrow night, they slip into the valleys, gusts 30 to 40 maybe. 11 p.m., midnight, and then it's a westerly breeze there behind that. So kind of quiet for wind on Wednesday and Thursday. Okay, there we go. Oh, one last thing. Coast storm outlook. Do we see any big storms coming, big deep lows? No, it looks relatively quiet. Yes, windy at times along the coast, gusts to 50 or so. We're not seeing anything that says, well, we could get a storm with gusts to 70 like in the coastal cities. I don't see that for the next week. We're going to go through this one quickly. Just wind gusts over the next week. Yeah, there it is. Tomorrow night, 11 p.m., pretty windy in the mountains, coast. Wednesday's just breezy. Breezy, a little stronger Thursday morning along the coast. But you don't see much of the yellow. You want to see yellows, reds, and the purples. That's when we get big windstorms. Here's Christmas Eve, kind of quiet. So that means no big waves along the coast. King tides aren't coming back for another 2 weeks or so. So maybe at times waves 15 feet. But we're not seeing the big stuff, the reds and the purples there. So I guess that is the good news. And that is your full update on all our weather coming up for the next few days. I think the only big question, Payton, as we probably agree, is how heavy will the rain be on Thursday? Is it going to stay to our south, or does it move back to Portland? Future model runs might push you back north, so flood watch. Right.
It's kind of like last Wednesday when we thought what happened over Washington was going to be right over the metro. And last minute on Tuesday, we said, you know, we don't need a first alert weather day anymore because it moved northward.
It went north?
Yeah.
So, we hope that's not what happens this time, because Eugene's expecting it to soak in and it moves north over us. We hope not.
That'd be a whole other issue. Yeah. So basically just make sure you stay up to date, because we will be very closely watching pretty much every model run that comes in.
Yep.
All right, well, let's talk Cascades. First of all, it's December 15th. There's no snow at Timberline or Ski Bowl, really. Anywhere. There's no snow. skiers, if they tried, it would be a really, really sad day. Basically, don't toss your ski pass is what I'm saying, because we got some snow finally on the way. I think tomorrow actually will be the last day passes are bare for a little while, so that would be good. I don't know if this has ever happened. I think 45 years?
Yeah, the records in that spot, Payton, go back to 1980.
Okay.
And there has never been a time where there was nothing on the ground on December 15th.
On December 15th.
There have been several times where it's been like 3, 4, 8 inches, but never 0.
Yeah, and 2014 had 6 inches.
1980 is a long time ago.
A long time ago. But I mean, in the recent years, we have had at least, about 2 feet of snow.
Right.
So, yeah, let's get this thing started. It's time. We're overdue. We're all anxious. Skiers are, dying to get up there. So, snow level forecast. Basically, we show this graphic all the time, but that yellow line is the level of sticking snow. This is all based on elevation. 3,000 feet. Finally, we get down to below pass level sometime Wednesday, and then also another round for the weekend. I think Wednesday will be the most impressive snow accumulation, but I'm going to kind of give you a glimpse into a meteorologist's world because, this is a fun show. There is a little bit of disagreement on a lot of our models about how much snow and when it's going to arrive and all that jazz. So this is Tuesday evening on our graph model, which is one of our high resolution models. And usually this is a very reliable model. We trust it a lot, especially when it comes to moisture. This one shows all the way through Wednesday, 7 a.m. And then I think I pulled forward, there we go, all the way through Thursday. So ski resorts, 15 inches, it says, I don't know. Government camp, 8.9. We're saying 8, what?
I think, I don't want to interrupt, but I think I was a little too high on Tuesday. Did you notice that through Tuesday it now only has like 6 to 10 inches?
Yeah, like nothing.
Well, no, I'm sorry, through Wednesday.
Through Wednesday
morning. 6 to 10, I noticed the evening graph model was
it backed off just a little. Well, we kind of thought it was overperforming. I mean, you'll see. We put on our graphic 8 to 12. It may be closer to 6 to 10.
Good enough.
This is just one of the models. Okay, let's go to our AI model. Ooh, is it updating, Mark?
We're in the update hour, 7 p.m.
Okay, just kidding.
Nope.
Now we're going to the European model. This is through, I paused it Thursday midday so we could see what happened on Wednesday. I mean, this one's even lower. European's been weird. It's been backing off on the snow and delaying it a little bit. And then it really gets higher this weekend, English. And I'm thinking we could see over 20 inches at ski resorts just in the next few days. Very exciting. I know Mark's had a ski pass for months. I don't know.
Since May.
Since May, he said. Okay, first alert weather day is issued for Wednesday. This is one of those first alert weather days where it's just for the Cascade. So this is not for inland locations. This is not for the metro valleys, coast, just for the mountains of the Cascades. Snow levels, again, dropping to 3,000 feet. We may adjust those snow amounts, but we do know passes will be snow covered. And if you are traveling, tomorrow is the day. If you have a choice and you need to travel that direction, highly recommend going tomorrow when you want to dodge the snow. The snow on Wednesday, by the way, will be mainly in the morning if models stay consistent, which you can see they've already flipped a little bit. And then Friday through Sunday, more snow. So snow-covered roads is in the forecast there. So really, we're excited. We finally get some snow in the Cascades, but hopefully it's enough to open ski resorts by Christmas. Isn't that a big week, Mark, where you want ski resorts to be open around Christmas week?
Yeah, right? I'll just say it because we're not on TV. It's about damn time.
Perfect.
Christmas break, so I had somebody tell me once, I'm not necessarily saying it was a local ski resort, that person said that they make half of their income during those 2 weeks of Christmas and New Year's.
Oh, I believe it. And usually ski resorts are open around Thanksgiving. So, yeah, we're ready. I know we're all ready. I'm not a skier, but I'm ready for you, Mark. And
keep in mind, it is a big economic thing too, like government camp, they need, all people aren't coming to the restaurants hardly if there's no skiing. And then of course water supply, it's great to see snow in the mountains, we want that.
Yes.
Good stuff.
Yes.
Okay, is that it?
Yep.
We are fully briefed. Wow, that was good. Okay, so we have a show coming up, 8 o'clock news. Payton's going to be on that one. I've got to go eat some dinner. We will see you tomorrow night on First Alert Weather Extra right here at 7 p.m. We'll see you then.